left us was on page, she had kind of left us on page 56. And she was talking about the micro habits of health. And she basically was saying, kind of look at these, because this is, where your health journey is kind of at. And I actually misread it, and I thought it wanted me to pick 3, but it actually was write down at least 3 things that you want to improve in each one. So I kind of did it backwards. And, if you'll kind of bear with me a moment and kind of think of your health journey, because some of you guys are new. Some of us have been around forever. Some of this is our comfortable and our safe space. And it's pretty awesome. But when you guys kind of look at like these 6 micro habits and you guys kind of think about your journey as a whole. Now, I don't know if anybody kind of wrote down the things that they want to improve, but I did listen to Carol and I did do that. And, when we think of our health journey, we got to kind of think of it that it's not a diet, that it's something that we practice. I'm notorious for saying we practice things. But when you guys think of your health journey, like look at my pipe cleaner. Do you guys think that your health journey, when you think about starting here, are you just going to kind of go straight there? Probably not, if you're a realist. Now, I mean, I've been doing this almost 3 years, and I don't think I've seen anybody ever do this. If I'm being real, I think our health journeys, some of them may go like this, where if you kind of look, it starts off strong. And if you kind of look as we go, we kind of dip a little, and then we can go back up, and we could probably even possibly straighten. Other people, we got a lot of these in there. How many of you have done this? I don't even think that started straight. That's probably like your ready factor. If you really kind of think about it. And then I'm sure we've got some of these, and probably this. I wanted to make sure I used one of every color since I took the time to buy the pipe cleaners. So I guess overall, the point is that we're not going to do this. And I will tell you what's going to help you, because we're all want to be like this. It's going to be kind of doing things like this. So one thing that I thought, well, what do I want to work on? Healthy weight management. And, some of you might be looking at me and thinking, well, she looks pretty skinny. And yes, I am, but I practice a while, and I practice still. And it's meetings like this that kind of keep me here. But when you kind of think about it, if you read on page 56, it talks about 70% of people struggle to reach and maintain a healthy weight. I think that's a true statement. I can remember my mom she's not with us anymore, but I remember her telling me, losing the weight is the easy part. It's keeping it off. So, do you have a plan on what that looks like for you? And if you kind of look at the micro habits, yeah, we all want healthy weight management. I think that's why we all come into this. But, it kind of goes with healthy eating and hydration, motion, healthy motion. I'm sure a lot of you know, I'm not really big on the gym. Eric is. Kristen's not. But that doesn't mean I'm a couch potato. It doesn't mean that I don't move. Every time I do a health assessment, every time I check in with clients, I always say, yeah, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. I'm still not there. So I would say my readiness factor for the gym is not there. But I will tell you, I park really far. I take the stairs. I do have things like that. So I do get it in. And that's what's currently working for me. Healthy sleep. I would love to improve in that. Even being on this, I still toss and turn a lot. If I have something on my mind, I'm an overthinker. So I would definitely want to improve in that. Healthy mind. What does, healthy mind look like? I want to keep my choices in line and be better. Healthy surroundings, think about your life and who you're around. Doesn't mean you got to ditch your friends that are not on a health journey. It just means, be aware of what that looks like for you. Maybe surround yourself with people that do have goals like yourself. If you know that you might, do one of these, maybe just kind of take yourself out of it a little bit, or just be prepared, and on the top of page 57, it talks about finding what motivates you and gives you drive. And, as you feel better and you have more energy and you're losing weight, you'll be motivated. What motivates you guys? Really stop and take a moment to think about what motivates you. Now, I will tell you, we all know that I have motivators. Like my family is my why. And yesterday I thought, well, a lot of you really don't know me. We're not friends on Facebook, but I thought, well, let me show you, because I do practice, like, what does that look like for me? And I hope you guys can see it, but I'm going to show you guys some pretty awful pictures. This is where Kristen started. Okay. And I will tell you, it was putting all 6 things together and practicing and being intentional. But this was what unhealthy mind looks like, and all those awful things. Okay. Obviously, that's one of my kids. But I will tell you, when we practice and we do it a little bit at a time, and you work with your coach and you show up to things like this, you get this. Okay, this is where I want to be. This is what's all over my house. I can assure you, you ain't coming to my house and finding this on a wall. Just a little bit of a fun fact about me. We'll even go back and you'll notice who's hiding. I got my 4 beautiful girls. Do you guys see the big girl in the background hiding? Like, look at her. I promise you, she was not living a very good mom life. I love my kids and I wouldn't change them for the world, but I promise you, she was hiding. Okay, let's fast forward. She's definitely rocking, if you guys can see, and you all know. Where is she? Right there. I'm living a very great grandma life. Okay, and look at who's not hiding. This is a very recent picture. This is what you're going to come find at my house, guys. It's not this. Okay, I just wanted to kind of give you guys that visual. That was kind of a big deal for me, because I would have never shared something like this like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, maybe not even a year ago. So just know, I guess, what's possible. And, I think I like that we're working out of the life book, because honestly, we've spent so much time on the scientific part. And I think it's really hard for people to kind of take these little assessments that Dr. A puts in here, like your readiness factor. Like, be honest. It's not like your coach is going to be like, where are you? And it's not like they're going to condemn you. If you kind of look on page 61, at the top, it says, write down 3 things that you can stop doing so that you can keep a healthier mind. Be intentional. Like, what can you stop doing to get your desired outcome? Do you guys have a plan? Have you guys filled that out? Or do you guys start to read these and go, ooh, I don't think I like those answers? I call this life book kind of like a magazine. I call it no thinking, not a lot of brain work like the other one we normally work at, but be intentional. For me, I will tell you, I have written stress eating. So for me, when I have stressors or things that are thrown my way, I can tell you, I'm very quick to put something in my mouth. And usually I'm like, uh-oh. So, be intentional about that. Is there anybody that wants to share as I'm going? I feel like I've done a lot of the talking. Is everybody good? Tim, do you see any hands up? Am I okay to keep going? Oh, I see Rachel.
I'll share. I think what's interesting is recently I kind of had, on page 77, we talk about it a lot, like the 6 stages of change. And, that last change is lapse and relapse. And so I've been on my health journey for a number of years, been at a healthy weight now for a really long time. But what happened the last couple of months, I just started relapsing into some comfort that's super common for me. And so that looked like a lot of popcorn at nighttime, and it looked like a little bit more social drinking. Like for me, it might be once in a while, and it was kind of like each time we went out to dinner. Then that led to a little bit more dessert. And, before I knew it, I used to have a habit, and we do recommend this in optimization, which is that permanency of change phase. We recommend weighing every week. It's just a good habit of health to take your weight every week, take your measurements, and just keep in check. Not that you're obsessed about weight management, but that is one very clear marker of health. And as I looked at myself, I applied my own coaching and I said, what happened? That's what happened. What did I want to have happened? Not that. What was missing? And what was missing was I stopped weighing weekly. I fell out of my books. I was coming into these books academically and not experientially. That was identified. This is all stuff I wrote down this morning. And I was kind of resting on I'm good enough, right? Well, let me tell you a little story about what happened. So then I met with Michelle Singleton. She's in here somewhere. There you are, my friend. She's actually my client, right? So we meet for coffee in Chino. And I walk in and I'm like, dang, she looks amazing. Like literally, she looks amazing, you guys. She's had such a healing, such a healing. And it inspired me. And it was external, right? It was an external inspiration because it's outside of me. But I came home and I was like, you know what? I need to get back to where I want to be. And I want to feel my very, very best. And I want to be playing at my potential. And there's nothing really stopping me but me. So I kind of went back into this element and started looking at what's my readiness to be done with the things that don't serve me and tighten up the reins. And so it's cool that in this place, in this space, if you choose to guide other people, guess what? Your clients are going to motivate the heck out of you, number one. And that's that accountability piece that we talk about. So that's been my experience. I've been back in a fat burn for like 2 weeks now. Lots of temptations all around me. And my stinking thinking says, you're okay. You're good enough. You're at a healthy weight. You're pretty in shape. And I'm not caving into that because I went through element 2 and I'm ready for more. And I don't want to just rest on what's comfortable. I'm ready for more. And I just thank you all for being a source of inspiration to all of us. And that's the power of just rocking your own journey, is you're going to inspire other people along the way.
Thank you. That was an amazing share. I had to mute myself because my why, I could hear her screaming for me down there. Okay. And I will tell you, she motivates the heck out of me. And what I think is funny about your share is, guys, Rachel's my health coach. It's pretty incredible that I'm blessed with the best. And her and I go back to being friends for years. And, you know, kind of like she said, even us coaches, you know, just because I look the way I do on the outside, I promise you there's still a 210-pound girl that lives in this teeny tiny body. It's showing up here that, you know, I definitely want to keep her corked up. And, you know, we got to vacation with, you know, some of you recently, and I went on vacation, and you better believe on my plane, you better believe, guys, I had these guys. If I'm going on vacation, you better believe I'm bringing all these guys. And, you know, I definitely was not terrible on vacation by any way, shape, or form. Did I enjoy and indulge in a meal? Yes, I did. Okay. I chose that. So, you know, I am back in fat burn, like Rachel says, but here's the funny thing, because I am at a healthy BMI. It was kind of a good little reality check because I do coach and I do have clients. Guys, my scale's not moving. I wasn't really weighing myself. And it was funny because, man, I was feeling super skinny. And I got on that scale and the scale was up. Oh, I was ticked. I even messaged Rachel, and I actually messaged another client because I promised her I wouldn't have Starbucks. And if you guys know, I'm the Starbucks guru. I'm thinking, here I am giving up my Starbucks that I drink once, sometimes twice a day. I'm eating these guys. Nothing's happening. But I will tell you, I felt amazing. I was patient with the process. I'm definitely checking in with good old Rach and voice texting and all of that stuff, but really just about accountability for me. And my scale is moving a little, definitely not as quick as I want it to, but I really can expect that when I really am at a healthy BMI. So on page 64, it talks about knowing your triggers. And remember, guys, I have these. And it talks about knowing your triggers. Take the time to examine your choices, okay? Now, I wanted to show you guys something that Kristen and Eric definitely got that all over. You can come to my house and you're gonna definitely have a fueling. I like them. But if you come to my house, don't judge me. Guess what you're gonna see, guys? My kid loves raisin bread. I got a kid that loves these. This is not my jam, but she has to take this to junior high because apparently it's not cool to eat lunch there. And apparently she likes these guys. These have been sitting there for weeks. I'm thinking nobody wants the ding dong. I bought them. I thought my son-in-law might like them. Apparently he don't like them. There's even these guys. And look, guys, these have been in there for weeks and they're not opened. So do you guys have all of this in your house? it's okay if you do. You guys have kids, and not everybody in your house is on a 5-1 or a 4-2 or a 3-3 or optimization. I just wanted to show you that I'm a health coach and I have those same things in my house, but I am just choosing what I want. And I'm choosing to hang the pictures that I want in my house. And I can assure you, the old Kristen could have easily put away a box of these guys with no problem. So, know your triggers. Has anybody kind of like, if you guys have gotten to 64, like, are you guys aware of what triggers you, whether it be where you go, if you're going out to dinner? I'll be honest with you guys, my family, it's my kid's birthday tomorrow, and I'm letting her pick. And I can tell you right now, I will definitely be challenged, okay, based on the places she's picked. Now it's her birthday, so I'm not going to try and make her pick something else because it's her day. But I will tell you that even if I wasn't on a 5-1, I do have those days where I'm like, okay, I have no business eating some of the stuff that doesn't serve me. And if I feel that, I do tell the family, sorry guys, we're not going to Red Robin today. I'm feeling like those unlimited French fries might get me. So we need to go somewhere else. And they all know we're usually going to go to Chili's, where I can get my sirloin, my asparagus, my avocado. I'm at a point where I'm not tempted by the chips and salsa and queso. Like, that doesn't do it for me. Because when I do have something that doesn't align with my goals, I'm always in charge of it. And I've just kind of learned balance. So does anybody want to share their triggers or anything, or do you guys want me to keep going? I know.
I think there was maybe somebody earlier, and if you'd like to share now, I don't want to put you on the spot, but if you'd like to share now, I saw your microphone is off. If you want to share, go ahead. And we'll wait a second. I'm going to take a look here. There is something that I wanted to add into this conversation here. Just waiting to see if that person wants to share. Okay, Allie, why don't you go ahead and share, and then I'll share my thought in a minute. Go ahead. Morning.
So I'll share, I don't know if it's good morning, if it's so much of a trigger as kind of like Kristen was talking about, it just kind of is hard. We have little kids and we have all of the things, for snack day at school and stuff. And so previous to program, something in my mind with throwing food away, and I come from my child.
I think I'm 6-0 because the travel team.
Allie, we're going to come back to you here in a minute when your signal is a little bit better. We're losing you here. Can you hear me?
I will say I was talking to Allie. I was actually FaceTiming her before this. And I will tell you guys, Allie was making her kids a really good lunch. They're going to the petting zoo.
Oh,
and
fun.
it was really cool to see. I'm like, look at you making lunch over there already. And she was giving, her kids are 5, maybe 6. Uh-oh. Is that me, Tim?
Nope, it's not you.
Okay.
I wanted to just tag on until Allie gets a better signal to what you were talking about, because I thought it was really important. This element is really, Dr. A talks about doing the 360, like, what you want to create. We did that in element 1 and why. And this is your opportunity to say, with no like putting anything on you, like meaning like expectations on yourself. You're just saying, I'm ready in this area to make some changes. Like your willingness to say, okay, this is my top 1, 2, 3 areas that I'm open for change. And if you're not open, that's okay. Like if you're not ready to tackle weight management and it's just sleep right now, great. Then let's do that. Let's partner together to do that. What I'm excited for you about is the fact that you're just telling yourself the truth. Like part of this journey is just being realistic, meaning saying, hey, I'm really just here. I'm not really ready to do some of these other things. And so we don't have to go at this transformation like I got to do it all at the same time. And if I don't, I'm terrible. In fact, what I would offer you is to go into this transformation without any expectation, right? Like a lot of times we go into this going, okay, well, if I don't see this, then right, then, right? As opposed to that, just go into this like, I don't know what to expect, right? I'm probably going to fail and I'm probably going to have a lot of successes, but I'm partnering with other people that are moving in the same direction. And I'm going to draw some encouragement from them. I'm going to be open and coachable and curious with my coach and with this community because I just want to get better. And the way that I've been going about life is not working for me. And I want more. And I'm starting to see that the more that I remove the expectations and just enjoy this experience of life and being present, I think what you'll start to find is that this journey is going to be so much more enjoyable. And so when you do fail, you can recalibrate. If you have some success, you can celebrate, but don't not keep changing. Don't not keep investing in what's stretching you. So Dobby, please come off.
I took it off mute for the first time. So I just have a quick story. I have a client that's been on about 3 weeks, and she said something that was really, it's just like, wow, it's so true that she's been through a lot of therapy, you know, in her life, like, you know, professional therapy. And she said that the Life book and Dr. A's book, she's learned more there than any therapy she's ever had, and spent thousands of dollars in therapy. And Dr. A's book and the Life book is so much more like you can do it on your own time, you know, step by step. And it's, you know, the Life book coincides with the Dr. A book. And so it's easy to learn and easy to apply.
That's incredible. I will piggyback off of that, Dobby. I will be honest with you. Like, your water is definitely going to help get to your goal. Your 5 fuelings are, I promise you, they're going to help you, but they are just a tool. When I talk to my clients, if you're asking me what has kept me in line with my goals, it's this, hands down. And it is definitely this community, because we all need community. And it's a matter of what community you're going to attach to. If you're a scrapbooker, you're in a scrapbooking community. If you're a fireman like Tim, you're going to be in the fireman community. And you know what? You can have more than one community. And, you know, think about it. Who you're around and where you plant yourself definitely has a lot to do with your outcome. I will say, I encourage, because we might be moving to element 3, go through and fill out these readiness rulers and the willingness, even your confidence. Share it with your coach. Your answers are okay. One thing I will share with you guys, I've been around almost 3 years. This is my 3rd go around at this book. And it's kind of funny to see how much my answers have changed, or what I'm finding the first time that I didn't find the first 2 times. It's like the movie. How many times have you guys watched a movie over and over and over? And you're like, oh my God, I didn't see that. Or like, oh my God, I've been to the Bean in Chicago now. It's in the vow, like whatever that it is. Kind of just work at it. And guys, it's just practice. It's just practice. It's not perfection, I promise you. Let me know if you guys find one of these in the bunch. Yeah. Because I promise you, I don't think they're there. And it's okay. Tim, I think that's all I have, other than, like, I know we might be moving to element 3 next week, but I just wanted to encourage everybody to finish up these little taskers.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kristen. That was awesome. Thank you for just sharing, honestly, you know, your journey and what's been challenging, what's been exciting for you. And I love that you talk about, this is my 3rd time going through it and I'm learning something new. And that's really what life is supposed to be, that we're not just replaying the same thing over and over, that we're actually growing. And so this is your opportunity this week to kind of wrap up element 2 with just being honest with yourself. Am I ready to grow in these 6 areas, right? The mason jar that Dr. A talks about on page, I think it's 12, 13, or 14 in your life book. And just being real about, hey, I'm ready to make some changing in these areas. Doesn't matter what it is. Element 3, you're going to start to see, we're going to be talking about this next week, is how do I create that? How do I start to put things in my life that are going to be rungs on the ladder that are going to help me to grow into that, right? And so we're going to put some things in your way. You're going to learn how to do this so that you can tackle one thing after the other and start to make some progress in areas in your life, as opposed to being frustrated. We're going to empower you to start to make some of those changes. Dr. A is, and we're going to do this alongside you. So I'm excited for you guys. I hope you enjoy this amazing weekend. And we will be seeing you on Monday night. You can join us there. Don't forget about our Friends and Family promotion today and tomorrow. And we'll see you next Saturday. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everybody.